I don't know if he co-created Jefferson's or whatnot, but he was a regular writer on Jefferson's. But he started with All in the Family. Norman Lear liked them a lot.
Norman Lear, yep.
So
shout out to Norman Lear. Oh, rest in peace, Norman Lear. Did he just?
Yeah, I think he's gone.
I think he just passed.
I think he's gone.
Yeah, he might have just passed. I want to say he was like 99 or something like that. He was old. Old.
Yeah, that kind of, launched his career in television sitcoms.
And Good Times. He wrote on Good Times.
How could we forget? I was trying to think.
He wrote on Good Times.
He did.
Yeah. So everything that Preach would have done, we saw this director actually do.
Did it.
Yeah, he actually did.
Preach was actually successful in Hollywood.
Preach ended up being a success, which is dope to know that it ended that way.
Are the projects that the Evans live in Good Times, is that in Chicago?
Yep.
It is?
It is. That's Chicago. Yep.
Okay.
Not sure if it's those same projects, though.
Well, Chicago has more.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's so many. Yeah,
it's a lot.
I'm not sure if it's the same exact ones, but it definitely Chicago.
It looked from the structures, because I've been to Chicago once, and I was there for not a minute, but about a week or whatever like that for an event, and I did get a chance to see like Chicago, because I was on the South Side. Actually at a community center. We were doing a show over there or whatever, but it looked like those projects, the ones that's found on South Side Chicago. Yeah. Which look different from the ones we saw in the Cooley High movie in Cabrini Green.
Correct. Well, let's get to this. We rating it now from scale to 1 to 10. 7 being good, 8 being great, 9 being excellent, and 10 just being a classic. What do you rate it?
Man, I'm gonna have to give it. I mean, there's a couple missteps and stuff like that, but because of the fact that there was never at one point in the movie that I felt like it was slowed or it didn't need to be in the movie or needed to be omitted.
Good point.
And everything in the movie made sense to come, and it played into, if you pay attention, it played into the ending. So I got to give it a 9 or a 10.
Me, I would definitely give it a 9. And I'll even give it a couple of extra, but I'll give it a 9.3, somewhere around there. I think that even with the little hiccups, those are 1975 hiccups. That's just
true.
How films had mistakes in 1975.
Yeah.
So I'm a grade that on a curve, but I think the story was great. I love the screenplay. I love how they ended the story with letting you know what happened to these characters. I hate movies where you build up all these characters. We fall in love with the characters. We don't know what happened to them in the end.
Right.
So I love movies where they explain what happened to the characters. And like we were just saying, it feels like everything they said happened to these characters would have actually happened to these characters. You know, the guys getting killed, the one moving to Atlanta, having kids, the factory worker, like that probably what happened to these people in reality. So I would give it like a 9.3. I would definitely give it like a 9.3. This movie means a lot to me. When I watched it over again, it stirred up a lot of feelings of how I felt when I first saw it, how I felt when I saw it with my friends. Later on, we were in our 20s, and now, 50-year-old man watching it. Stirred up a lot of feelings, but it's always gonna be a dope movie in my eyes. I'm always gonna have love for it. So now the name of the show is called The Main Ingredient. So in your opinion, what is the main ingredient, the one thing in this film that made you give it the nine that you gave it for its score? What is the one thing? And that one thing could be anything. Storyline, characters, the backdrop of the city, whatever. Cooley High, the actual, property, whatever it is. What's the one thing that you loved about this movie that made you love it?
Preach.
Okay.
How they developed the character of Preach, how they evolved him. We saw him actually grow up in the movie before our eyes.
Yeah.
And what he was to become. I
like that.
There was a lot of lessons that Preach taught us in that whole movie, the whole journey, as far as like love, friendship, responsibility, not only responsibility towards himself, in his own future, but also for the ones that he loved and his family. And then he finally got it. And then he went on to do great things once he got it.
That's dope.
That's the main ingredient.
Preach did grow up right in front of our eyes, just doing this one little hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
He actually grew up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. On my end, I love the main ingredient to me was like Preach and Cochise's relationship, how tight they were. They functioned like biological brothers, even though they weren't. I love, like I said from the very beginning, I love the fact that he came and woke his partner up in the morning.
Yeah.
We going to school, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck what you on.
Yeah.
You my brother. If I'm going, you going. You
Right.
know what I'm
We're
saying?
going to go to school, then we're going to cut class.
Then we're going to cut, but whatever we do, we doing it together.
We're doing it together.
Real talk. We fighting people together.
Together.
We're all together.
Yeah.
And even down to him going to look for Cochise. Like, I got to go find my brother because Robin Stone is out there looking for us, and I got this information, and I need to clear all this stuff up.
Yeah.
So even the love in the end for him finding him and just being like, no, like just his emotions when he found him.
We didn't really get into that.
No, we didn't. But
Glenn Turman acted his ass off on that scene. Oh my God. Never mind, I'm not treading lightly on Cochise's death, but just the way he played out, like when he found him, he was like, oh no, because all kinds of stuff is flying through his head now. Like, dude, it didn't have to be this way. Yeah. I have our ticket. I have our golden ticket, and I got here too late. Yeah. All because I was tripping. Now it's his fault. Yeah. All because I was tripping.
Goes back to him taking on all that pressure. Taking on all that weight.
Oh my God.
17-year-old man to know that he could possibly be responsible for.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, it ain't even, when you think about it in the scope of what just happened, dude, it ain't that serious. I don't even care about a girl like that.
Not
whatever.
That yeah.
Dude, don't leave me. Now he's alone.
Truly alone.
Alone.
Truly with
alone. With these secrets.
Yeah.
And I love how in all of his grief and anguish, they squealed the wheels of the train when he's yelling for help. Because it's literally like, dude, all of this is in vain. All of
Nobody hears your cries.
Nobody hears your cries. You are really alone.
Yeah, you're alone, holding your dead best friend, and I love that scene. But like I said, the main ingredient was like their relationship was real big for me because it started the movie off.